Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, my name is Benjamin Ajibade, and I will be the lead coach for data science and analytics for the SDST 2026 program. Well, this is a beginner friendly program. Um, you are welcome to Module 1, and I believe this is going to be a very interesting journey for every one of us. Excuse me. Well, a very quick, short notice for everyone. Just to be sure, if you are not, or you've never coded before, if you have never heard of Python before, or if the word algorithm sounds scary, well, this is a good place for you to be, and you are exactly in the right space. I would make sure going forward that we establish every details gradually, and we make it very friendly and easy for beginner. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Yes, this is the PowerPoint presentation, which is going to be shared later on. Uh, uh, so you are welcome again to this data science journey. If you are new to this journey, you have no reason to fear. Like I said earlier on, we will establish everything step by step, and I will not assume that any one of us um, are um, intermediary or expert in this course. So, what you will learn in this module, you will understand the difference between data science and data analysis and machine learning. You will also get introduced to Python fundamentals. You will learn some um, basic data types and simple coding. As I'm very aware, this is a beginner program, so we are not going to take it too complicated, and we're not going to waste time installing complicated software either, but we will go directly using already established platform called mode.com. Um, we'll use the online environment there for the notebook, so that we can focus on learning rather than getting into technical jargons. So, so what is data science? Let's start simple. Let's Data science is the science of aggregating data, analyzing the data, and interpreting the data to solve problems and making better decisions. Real world example. Imagine you own a supermarket. You want to know which product you sell the most. You want to know what time the customer shop the most. You like to know which products are usually bought together. So you can collect sales data, you analyze it, and you can discover. You will probably discover that bread and butter are often purchased together based on your analysis. Um, we can also discover that sales increases on the weekend, which is normal because most of the time everybody do grocery stores during the weekend. And we can also discover that ice cream sells more faster during the summer because no one likes to take cold things in the winter. Now you can, from this, you can bundle bread and butter together on your hire. You can increase the staff during the weekends so that we can meet up with the number of demands. Then using that prior information, you can also stock more ice cream in the summer. Uh, so that is pretty much data science in action. So the life cycle, the data science life cycle. Now let's understand the life cycle properly. It is very important. Let's imagine a company wants to predict customer churn, meaning customer leaving their service. So the first thing is to define the problem. We clearly state that when we are defining the problem, we can state that can we predict which customer are likely to leave? If we don't define the problem early, everything has fails. So this is very important in the first step that we're going to take in any data science process or life cycle. So the next step is to collect data. After you have defined the problem, so you gather um, relevant information like customer age, subscription length, payment history, and or what have you, something like that. So this is what we call raw data. So after you collected this raw data, the next thing we have to do is to to clean it up, because real world data is messy. It's not gonna come very much clean that can be useful enough. It's not, it's like getting gold from the mine, you know. You have to do some processing before it gets to something that is very attractive. So in this case, in the data world, so we need to clean up our raw data to make it useful. So most of the time, what we encounter is we usually encounter missing values and incorrect entries or data types in more different data type in a particular column, and we also encounter a lot of duplicate values. Sometimes we call it duplicate records. So cleaning means fixing these issues. Uh, you make sure there are no missing data, and if there are some, you make sure you follow the standard process in handling missing data. So the same thing goes for incorrect entries and duplicate records. For example, if age is missing in a customer database, you can fill it or remove that record depending on the type of analysis you want to do going forward. So that is a very uh, important step in the data science life cycle. The next one is exploration of the data. So this is where we have the question: are customers living more in a certain age group or not? We want to ask questions such as, does price affect customers living, customer churn? Uh, so in this kind of scenario, we often use charts. Like we plot charts and see the average values and the statistical value that we are having from our data exploration. So that's basically about data exploration. Then the next thing after we have that is that we can go ahead and build a model. Building a model, usually it's a, we call it machine learning model to predict churn. Most of the time, I mean, when you are predicting, you usually use a classification model in that aspect, which we are going to cover in the later part of this course. So this model is just you giving you are coming up building a uh, statistical algorithm that can understand or that can see the patterns, how things are going in your data, and as such it could learn from the historical pattern, and as a result will be able to foresee what's going to happen in the future if that kind of scenario occurs again. So it's basically using historical data to predict what potentially going to happen in future. So the next one is evaluation. Evaluation is basically testing how accurate the data is, the model rather is. Uh, if it is wrong, we say 50% of the time, if in half of the time that you try to use it to predict an outcome and it fails or it comes wrong, that means it needs improvement. So in that case, we say it's not better than a random guess. So evaluation is as well very important as model building, because what is the essence of building a model that doesn't perform well or is giving a very high wrong value or false results? So the last one is deployment. So this is just a step where we integrate model into company system. Now it automatically flags customers who may leave or who has a propensity of journey. So the entire journey is in data science is called the data science life cycle. Well, let's talk about the differences between data science, data analysis, and machine learning. Most of the time, people mix these things up. Let's just look into what is data analysis. So data analysis is just the process of examining data, examining past data to understand what happened. So example is what was the last month's total sale. This does not have anything to do with prediction. This just basically is about understanding our data. So another one is machine learning. So machine learning is all about teaching computers to learn patterns and make predictions. Example is which customer will leave next month. Like, what is the probability that a customer would leave next month? So this is involving prediction now. So this involves machine learning algorithm, which we call models, to understand the past record and to use that based on the scenario of this current customer, what has happened in the past time. So let's use this scenario to predict what will happen in the future. So the last one is data science. So this is the complete process from problem definition to deployment. So machine learning and data analysis, they are both part of data science. So data science accomplish both analysis, data analysis and machine learning all together. They serve under the same umbrella. So in the next video, we are going to learn about Python, and it's going to be more on hands-on in Python, and we're going to be using mode.com as earlier established. But for the meantime, I hope you were able to understand the core objective of this first module. The next module is still part of the first module, but we just want to break down the videos into multiple videos just to ease learning. So thank you, and I will meet you in the next video.